Hello, Virgo, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today. It is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, don't force it to fit. There are plenty of other wonderful readers here on YouTube that might be resonating more with your vibe at this time. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel, I do use profanity. I talk about adult things. I don't sugarcoat my readings, and I definitely don't filter the messages. So if that is not your thing, or you have kids around and you just don't appreciate that kind of a message, I respect that. And I'm always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, Virgo, we are getting into your 2020 prediction. So, starting with the overall theme, we got relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Storm wisdom with Angel Raziel and Peter Sight. And you and your loved ones are safe with the new moon in Cancer. Okay. Now, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. I specifically wanted to read some from the book for you because I think the opening paragraph is really, I think it really just hits the nail on the head. So it says, Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You are being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality, or high vibe. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You're now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you're crazy for doing so. Okay? This is allowing yourself, and if you take a look at the card, the image on the card says a lot. The tree is completely cut off. And this feminine energy, this heart space, right? Feminine energy is the heart space, is naked and vulnerable and surrendered to the light growing from it. It's a high vibe reality. It's completely severing off the old life in order to embrace the new magic that comes from doing that. Angel Raziel, sometimes he's considered an archangel, is an angel of magic and manifestation, okay? And coming out with storm wisdom, this is having to overcome the fear of repercussion, judgment, consequence, or bullshit coming from severing the old life. With you and your loved ones are safe, especially if there's children involved. You have to feel comfortable removing yourself from the situation in the highest good of all involved, knowing that whatever you're leaving behind, whether it's a romantic partner, a job environment, a family situation, a social circle, or any or all of the above, that the people you care most about are safe. The new moon in Cancer is on July 20th of 2020 this year. July 20th. So July is going to be a big month for you as far as choices, and you'll see in the cards why when we get there. All right. Sometimes you have to accept the storm is coming and prepare for it mentally, emotionally, psychologically, right? Because people will try and guilt trip you. They'll try and judge you, make you feel like a shitty person. You're selfish, you're this, you're that. When in reality, should you have stayed, everybody was suffering, especially yourself. You might not be able to see the beautiful rainbow beyond the storm. These cards are trying to reassure you that that energy is there. The rainbow is there beyond the storm clouds. It is there. The high vibe reality, when you walk away from the low vibe reality, is there. You're not jumping out of the pan and into the fire. You're jumping out of the pan and you're scaring the fuck away, kind of like, what's the crab's name in The Little Mermaid? You know who I'm talking about. It's kind of like that. Like, you're not jumping out of the pan and into the fire. You're jumping into your new heaven-sent reality. Okay. With the overall tops and bottoms of the deck. On the primary deck, we have the 10 of Wands on the bottom with the 7 of Coin on top. And on the secondary deck, or the clarifying deck, we have the 6 of Swords on top with the Hermit card, or Virgo, your card, on the bottom. With these energies, and I had to peek underneath the 10 of Wands. And underneath the 10 of Wands is the Page of Wands, which is having to completely reinvent the self. And this is coming out of a very burdensome reality where it's all on your shoulders. Like, you're bearing the crosses of other people and taking ownership of them like it's your job to fix it. It's your job to carry it. And it's not. This is what is completely being reinvented, because when you're doing that, when you're carrying the crosses of other people, including your own, it's too much. And it yields 7 of Pentacles or 7 of Coins results, where you're putting in a lot of effort, you're carrying a lot of weight, you're doing a lot of things, and you're just not satisfied. There's no fulfillment, there's no nourishment, there's no actual healthy tree of life. See, the tree that's getting cut off for you to be reborn into this new reality, the tree is actually dead and dying. Is dead and dying. Even if you look at the Hermit card, the leaves are falling off, the tree is relatively bare, and you're just in this dead in the water reality. The 6 of Swords is having to move forward and literally coming out of a situation where you were left feeling completely drained and dead inside. This is why the universe is asking you to sever the reality. Sever it. Cut it off. Completely. This isn't about trimming back the branches. This is about completely letting go of the life that you've built that leaves you feeling dead inside, where you are carrying so much weight, where you feel like you are completely alone in this reality, even when you're around a bunch of people. Like, you could be in a house full of people, or a room full of people, or an office filled with people, and feel like you're completely by yourself all the time. Like, no one understands you. No one hears you. No one gives a shit that inside you're calling for help because you're carrying all these weights for other people and no one's helping you. Completely overburdened. And this is what has to be let go of. This is what has to be released. And if the whole reality needs to go, then the whole reality needs to go. With that being said, I want to show you what the month-by-month breakdown is, which is why the universe is giving you this kind of advice. Okay. Getting into January, we have the Justice card in the back face and in the reverse, with the Page of Coin and the 10 of Cups. Now, the way the cards fell out, the 10 of Cups was actually upside down with the Page of Coin. The 10 of Cups wasn't being seen, right? It was upside down. It wasn't being seen. It wasn't being recognized. It was being blocked out. With the Justice card in the back face and in the reverse, this is about not only are things in your life completely out of balance, it's not being acknowledged being in reverse. You know things are out of balance, and you're refusing to accept that it is killing you inside. Truly, that you're ignoring the cosmos. You're ignoring the messages you're getting from the divine. Like you're trying to push through and push through and push through. And I feel like it's even physically hurting you. That your body is taking a physical toll. That you're mentally worn out with this Justice card in the reverse. With the Page of Coin there, in this particular deck, is from an overprotection of something. Being a page, it could be a child, right? Being overprotective of a child, which might also be why it says you and your loved ones are safe, right? New moon in Cancer, that's in January. This is a huge, huge, huge energy. It builds the entire theme of the year. Okay? And what you're doing in protecting whatever it is that you're protecting, you're completely blocking out your emotional fulfillment, and that is why the Justice card is in reverse. You may be a Virgo, Libra, Cusper. Okay, and if you are, then that month may be particularly important for you to recognize. You're blocking out emotional fulfillment, ignoring it completely because you're being very overprotective of something that is very, if it's not a child, then it's very petty or very low vibe because it's very low rank. The Page is the lowest rank of the royal cards, right? The court cards. And it's affecting you big time. Moving into February, the Ten of Cups is in the reverse and it's clarified by the Five of Swords. So in January, the Ten of Cups was being completely hidden. This February month, I mean, this is the vice versa deck, so there technically isn't a back of the card that's just like a blank face. They both have faces. This one, this face of the card is about ignoring your own personal fulfillment because you're completely at war with yourself and the mind. Your ego, I mean, look at the masculine energy on that card. You're trying to be strong, and your ego might be running rampant, trying to control the reality, controlling the deadening reality. You can fix it. You can make it better if you just do more of this, if you just do more of that. You might be having serious arguments with people in your reality, fighting with them, not seeing eye to eye, having tete-a-tetes with people, like ego battles, and people aren't helping you, and it's completely draining your emotional fulfillment. I feel like it's progressively gotten worse from January moving into February. As we move into March, we have the King of Cups with the Lover's card, which is originally a choice card, and the Three of Swords. The King of Cups is emotionally reserved, holding all of their emotions in, holding all of their feelings in, not expressing how they feel. Okay, you could see the pattern. You're not expressing how you feel, and you're choosing either lovers, partners, or situations that are completely heartbreaking. They're vampiric or dark in nature. They're taking energies. They're not giving back to you. So you have all these emotions that you feel. They're completely being shut down. They're completely being negated and ignored. And you're choosing pain. You're actively choosing pain to stay in it. I could feel that in my heart space. It's so heavy. I feel like you really don't want to be here, and you feel like you have to. Whatever you're choosing, you feel like you have to, because you're protecting something, right? In March, you're choosing to stay in the pain. Come April, we do have the Knight of Cups with the Ten of Swords. You might want to reach out to someone or talk to someone about your emotions. whether that's a family member or a friend or someone that you confide in. And I think whatever it is that, or whoever it is that you talk to, they may betray you. With the Ten of Swords, they may go behind your back and tell somebody in your reality like what you said about how you feel, which wouldn't be good. Okay, as far as your reality goes. However, I think that that's you. I think because you kind of would have intuitively sensed that. I think a part of you might secretly be hoping that they would in order to spark the fight kind of thing. Spark the betrayal to get you out of it, because to be completely honest, Virgo, I just don't think you have it in you. I don't know any other way to say it except like maybe you don't have the balls to do it yourself, because they are your loved ones, or they are your family, or they are your social circle. I also think there's a good chance, like if that doesn't resonate, there's a good chance that maybe you're afraid of, thinking about it, but offering this emotional release, this expression of emotion, and feeling like you're betraying your reality, or that the person you're speaking to is going to shut you out. There might be a serious fear that if you come forward to whoever it is that could help you, that they would betray you. I don't think that's the case if that's your scenario. I think if you have someone that you could seriously express your emotions to, that you feel safe with, I don't think that they would betray you. But I think they might tell you from a very sincere place that if you want to be happy, if you want what you want, then you have to let your reality go. And I think that's like, no, I can't do it. Like thinking it's impossible, right? So you might be reaching out and then sabotaging yourself, thinking it's impossible, I can't. When really that is the option, right? That is the option. Moving into May, we get the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups. The wheel is turning in your favor coming out of April. Once communication opens, right? Once communication opens, I feel like the fog in the mind does start to shift, especially if you can get control of your demons, right? Your inner demons that tell you it's impossible, or that you don't deserve to feel happy, that you can't drop the burdens, right? The Wheel of Fortune starts to turn in your favor, away from the low vibe kind of program, and starts pointing you in a direction where you have people that are loyal to you and are asking you to be loyal to yourself first, right? This is soulmate energy with the Two of Cups. This is someone who, especially with this card in this deck, they're mirroring, right? There's mirroring on the card. They understand you at a very deep emotional level. They can feel you. You might be dealing with a water sign, or with someone who has really strong Cancer in their chart, right? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever it is, Jupiter. You might have someone with really strong Cancer in their chart, and they just understand you. This is a soulmate who gets it. Not only do they understand what you deserve, they understand your inner damage that was keeping you from feeling the kind of love that you deserve to have in your life. Okay, this is a very important person. And they're guiding you in the right direction. They're pointing you in the right direction, or they're talking to you about that. Listen, Virgo, this is how I see it. This is how I sense it, feel it. This is how you can change your life. I'm promising you, like, I know you can't see what I see, but I'm telling you it's there and you can do it. Like, they're encouraging you to cut off the dead karmic weight of the dead reality that you've built. They're encouraging. In June, we get the Chariot in the back face with the King of Swords. The King of Swords in this deck is very dark, but he is very wise. I think that you can see the path from the higher perspective. I think you understand. You may be protecting someone that you care about because you don't want to put them through what you've been through in the past and whatever, and understandably so, but they're asking you to maybe shift it and see it from a different perspective altogether. Like, instead of what you're doing to someone, what they did to you, it's like, but can't you understand and find forgiveness for the person in your past, because now you're in a position where you have to do it. Can you forgive that past person in your life because you understand the predicament they must have been in emotionally to do what they did, that you would now be in a position to do it too? And I think you're really contemplating how to look at this, how to move forward, because the Chariot in this phase is in the nighttime. It's very much in the realm of thought. You may be thinking about moving forward, taking your love somewhere else with this healing energy, right? And moving forward. Again, Cancerian energy, right? Because even the Chariot card, it's a Cancer card, and you can see the symbol for Cancer on the cape. Trusting, right? The color red, the red cape, trusting the red wheels, trusting the movement forward in accordance to that energy that's guiding you, that soulmate energy, telling you it's okay. Your loved ones are safe. Nothing's going to happen to them. It's all right. You're not gone forever, kind of thing. Like, maybe it's just temporary. It's just temporary. All of these fears, right, can be overcome. I think that someone is very much encouraging you from April all the way through June. In July, and this is when the new moon in Cancer hits, this is manifesting, right? New moons are manifesting energy. Cancerian energy is self-love, self-nurturing, the home, the family. I think it's manifesting in a different way that you can't see, because with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Coin, the Knight of Coin in this phase actually has like a mask on. They have the mask across the eyes. And I think you might be very, very defensive, because there's been a lot of contemplation, a lot of acknowledgement, a lot of awareness, that I think you might be really defensive and actually miss this opportunity with your soulmate, or see the ship sailing, right? See the ship sailing away, and you're left with the Four of Cups, which is a missed opportunity because you were too defensive of your dead tree, not trusting that you can grow an even more beautiful one, right? A higher vibration reality that is more in tune with what you really do want to manifest. I think you have to take off the mask. I think you have to not let the ship sail, because missed opportunities are missed opportunities, and they don't feel good in hindsight. Because of that, because of this missed opportunity, I do think come August, with the Ace of Wands and the Emperor, you're thinking about what it woulda, coulda, shoulda been like to stand in your power. Your Emperor energy. What it woulda, coulda, shoulda been like to take control of your life in that way. Burning that tree down, right? Cutting it off, because you see the divine is coming in with this lightning energy and torching the tree. It's almost like, fine, Virgo, if you won't cut off this tree, if you won't cut off this dead reality, the divine's going to come in and do it for you and force you into your Emperor energy, having to take action, right? It's not comfortable when the divine has to do it for you. It's a much easier transition when you choose it for yourself. Just be aware of that. This is why we have choices, because we always intuitively know what's right. We always intuitively sense what would feel better to experience. It's when we don't trust that the universe is like, all right, well, I guess I got to throw them into it, because, we all wrote what our happiness would be before we came into this plane. We all had soul agreements, soul contracts, lower ones, higher ones, the highest ones, in order to teach us certain things that we wanted to make progress as a soul on that level. I think the new beginning that you're asking for is coming in. I just think you're being forced into it. If you missed the opportunity, the divine was like, wait a second, nope, you can't miss that opportunity. You chose wrong, but that doesn't mean you can miss it. And so the lightning is indicative of the storm. The lightning is indicative of the storm. And so if you chose not to cut your dead weight off, I think the divine is coming in to do it for you. Okay, because what is not meant to be yours is not meant to be yours. And what's always meant to be yours is always meant to be yours. If you are meant to be happy, then you're meant to be happy. And you can't choose your unhappiness because that was never meant for you. You were never meant to be unhappy. You were never meant to be unfulfilled. And so if that was not was meant for you, then the divine is taking that away. You're not allowed to keep your unhappiness. You're not allowed to keep your unfulfillment. You're not allowed to keep your burdens and your karmic weights. The divine is taking it. No, you can't keep doing this. Be strong, Virgo. Be strong. Be in that powerful emperor energy. Be unafraid to take control of your life from a place of surrender, letting go of the low vibe and coming into a high vibe reality. As we move into September, we get the 6 of Coins, which is about receiving, and it's clarified with the 7 of Swords, which really does fucking suck. And it sucks because the universe in September is saying, receive, Virgo, receive, receive, receive. We're burning down this tree for a reason. We're trying to hit you with it for a reason. And if you come back and try and salvage it, you're deceiving yourself. You're deceiving yourself. Like, let it go. It's okay. You and your loved ones are safe. The universe is asking you to receive this new dawn. 6 of Coins in the back face. I mean, it's receiving. It's your turn. It's your turn to feel light. It's your turn to be taken care of. It's your turn to be supported. It's your turn to elevate and enjoy life. And with the 7 of Swords, you're completely deceiving yourself with it. It's like a denial of it. Like you're not worthy of it. It's a really sad energy. Like even channeling it, it makes me want to cry. It's upsetting. Look at all that you're doing for everybody else at your own expense. Because of a fear, because you're trying to protect something that doesn't actually need your protecting because it's safe in the hands of the divine even when you're not there. And it's like you're not receiving it because of this self-deception that you don't deserve it. Like, stop. Really, it's upsetting. You don't feel worthy. And moving into October with the 6 of Swords and the Devil, you're moving back into the Devil's domain. The 6 of Swords is about forward movement, and it's in the back face. It's not in the light of day like the reverse side of the card. It's moving back into deception, back into the devil's energy. Carrying those burdens, feeling obligated like you have to stay when you don't. When you can leave. Choosing not to. And in November, we get the 7 of Cups with the 9 of Wands. The 7 of Cups is typically a confused energy, and the 9 of Wands is also traditionally the wounded warrior card. And typically when the 7 of Cups comes out in this face, it's like, ah, my only option is beautiful, but the only option you're looking at is feeling burdened. Feeling like you got to keep going. being in that wounded warrior energy. I'm a victim of circumstance. I'm a victim of reality. I can't escape it. I've got barely nothing left. And you're choosing to stay in this wounded energy because you don't see any other option. You don't see any other option. You're a victim. You're a victim. You're a victim. You're a victim. That life is happening to me, not for me. Because you had an opportunity to take control over your life and you didn't. You thought it was impossible. The divine even tried to take it from you when you said, no, I'm going to hold on to it more. Come on, Virgo. You have more options than you think. Look at that Seven of Cups. You have more options than you think. You might only be able to think about that one option that's golden, and it's nowhere to be found with this victim mentality. Think about that. Going into December, we have the Knight of Coin with the Five of Wands. And just the way the cards are situated, you're looking, not wanting to go back into the burning down reality, the burning castle, the war zone. You don't want to go back there. You have this golden opportunity in front of you throughout the year, and every time you're like, denied, I can't, I'm a victim, this is my life, I can't let it go. And the divine's telling you, yes, you fucking can. Look at your advice. Relax the hold of darkness on you and be at cause, because your cause is why you're here. To elevate your energy as a soul and experience the best energy that life has to offer, and only you can choose it. Love is a choice, and it starts with yourself. You have to choose to love yourself enough to walk away from your dead reality. Because you really don't want to walk back into that reality. You really don't. It's slowly killing you inside. You can't keep going on like this. You can't spend another 10 years like this. You can't spend another 20 or 30 years like this, holding all that weight. Love yourself enough to get real. I hope this message, that it's reaching you now in divine time, helps you understand why the divine is asking you to move forward. It's a dead reality. Whatever it is. Family, relationship, social circle, partners. You get what I mean. All of the above. Go reinvent your life. Go reinvent your energy. Go receive love from the divine. Get in touch with whoever it was that you were talking to mid-year, that you wanted to move forward with, but you completely kept the facade. You turned your back on it, and you let the ship sail. Sorry, I'm stuck in my shithole. I'm stuck in my hell. I can't escape. When someone was saying, yes, you can. Why are you worrying so much? Why are you doubting so much? Why are you clinging to your pain? Why? Fuck what everybody else thinks. Of course they're going to talk. Of course they're going to judge. Of course they're going to say shit. Who fucking cares what they think? You're the one holding all their weight. Of course they're pissed. Now they got to hold their own. If you leave, they got to pull their own fucking weight. It's not your fucking job to carry them. It's not your job. Absolutely fucking not. And that's the truth. And somebody has to say it to you like this, because goddamn, Virgo, this is the universe's clear message. I hope you change your mind in January when it counts, when you realize things are unbalanced and you don't need to protect whoever you think you need to protect, and you stop blocking your emotional fulfillment, because that's the key. That's the key. When you unlock that in January, you and all your loved ones are safe. And you don't go through a whole year of shit. You don't commit yourself to any more years of this shit. Trust the rainbow after the storm. Trust you're not jumping out of the pen and into the fire. Trust. Because there's nothing fruitful coming from this life if you don't move forward. You're going to feel alone, no matter how many people are around you. You're going to continue to feel alone. There is nothing worse than actually being alone than feeling alone when you're around other people. Like you're invisible and you don't count. How you feel doesn't matter. There is no worse feeling than being around others and still feeling alone. It is the worst feeling in the world. Do not accept it for yourself. You deserve better than that. Someone's trying to tell you. Don't get in your own way. Virgo, I do have a playlist specifically for you on my channel. It is a playlist of all Virgo readings. And if you ever feel the need to come back to this reading during the year, you don't have to filter through all my videos. Like, you could just go right to your playlist and you can remember why we had this conversation now. I really do hope it helps. I look forward to being able to do your monthly reads and helping you get through these energies through the year, especially if you're making progress and you're choosing better right from the gate, right? Because you are in control of your reality. You are the weaver of your own destiny. You can choose right now not to go down this path. That's the beauty of the divine. If you want more from me, all of my info is in the description. I post regularly on Facebook. You can find me in the Ascension team, the Greater Holistic Community, on my business page. You can friend request me on Facebook. I post every fucking day on there. Every day. To support you and help you in any way that I can. You have my love and my support always. Always. I hope this helps. I really hope this helps. So until next time, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Remember always to love each other and most importantly, love yourself. Take care.